your journey is working. Trying to live and live above you are. Hello, welcome to another episode of Lemar's Vlogs. Today we're talking about how I got kicked out of church. Because I'm that bad. I got kicked out of school and then got kicked out of church. And we'll do an episode where we'll talk about how I got kicked out of school. But I'm hungry and I'm stressed. We'll talk about how I got kicked out of church. Right, so I grew up in church, always going to church, love. That's my community, and, that's all I know how to socialise is in church or school. And, I don't club, and I'm not really a dancer to go clubbing and dance and mingle, so you'll find me in church. So that's how I date. That's how, like to date. I did date someone in church, but that was when I was young, puppy love. And then she was a girl. Now I like to date a guy in church, and it can be possible because I go to LGBT inclusive church, but they're just all from one country in Africa, Uganda, and majority of them, and they're not really working or have these rights. They just got their rights in the UK, or they live out of London, or they're in a relationship, or they're just like looking at me but not doing anything about it. Like, when I say looking at me, like looking at my social media and my WhatsApp stories but not making a move. And I'm not making a move to no one. People need to make a move to me. Especially if they want to be the dominant one, the top, whatever. Anyway, that's another story. Yeah, so, what was he saying? Yeah, we're going to get out of church. So I've been going to church all my life from childhood. I gave my life to God, got baptized in 2017 or 16 or something like that. And I went to a church. I say the church name, but I'm not going to say the people's name. Due to it's been years and the conflict's dead, and I don't want to bring up any drama, that's sorted or squashed. Anyway, so I went to church MOR in Higham Hill, Ministry of Restoration. And, when I was younger, it was all nice. The choir was the perfect choir, like American choir. Like, imagine Kurt Franklin in the UK, because that's where I'm from, the UK. And it was lovely, and they had singers that could sing. Like, if you think I can sing, they're my inspiration. You got Raymond and Co., you got Verona Dyer, you got Israel J. Allen, you got Janine Dyer, you got me. But you got singers that could really sing and want to give, like, you go to church not to give God rubbish singing. You go to church to give God the best vocals, the best, worship, leading, like proper, powerful worship, like, Gillian Michelle Nembard standards, like Whitney Houston standards vocals in like church, where you like, this is why they say best singers come from church. And it was in the UK. And so I loved it, and it kind of drew me to God because I loved the music. And we left when I was younger. We kept going to different churches, having dramas in churches, But I was too young to notice the drama, like the adults drama, like, I don't know, between my parents and the pastors or the worship leaders. I can't remember in details. I'm not going to go into it. But, not all churches we had dramas, and we didn't go to churches just to have drama. But like one church, we had a drama, and we left because maybe there was jealousy and whatnot, and a lot of bad personalities go around people. Anyway, so, but we were visiting different churches. We never really had a church. We never settled. We just, MOR was our main church. Once we left it, we just kept visiting different churches until one time we wasn't going to church. And then when I got older, I went back to MOR looking for Gillian. Now, Gillian was my favourite singer before I knew about Whitney Houston, because I didn't know about Whitney Houston American, and I grew up on Gillian, going to church before I ever knew about Whitney Houston or Raven Simone, that's Raven, or any other TV famous actors, Michael Jackson, anyone. I grew up going to church hearing Gillian sing, so she was my favourite singer. So I went to look for Gillian. She was unwell at that time. Don't know how she is now, but yes, so she wasn't in church. And I stayed for the worship, for the choir. And then they told me to go, the adults told me to join the choir. I thought, okay, let me join the choir. I didn't audition because they knew I could sing. Well, Brother Julian knew I could sing, and he said I was, very advanced and one of the best singers in the church. People my age, I could do things that they can't do. Anyway, these are his words. Anyway, this is before my vocal lessons. This is when I had my young voice, and I didn't even do any vocal training. So he saw something in me. So he didn't let me audition. I didn't audition, but I was in the choir. I remember the audition was, Jesus, you are, line up, Jesus, you are, line up my heart, my morning star. You bring out the best in me, yeah, all that I am. You are my everything. That was an audition song. We had to learn it. I think that's how it went. But some of it, that's how it went. I done it years anyway. And I remember listening to those people singing it, but I never sing it. I just joined the choir. Anyway, so they didn't know me, and I was dating this girl, and she said to me that they don't know me, so they need to. In time, she told me, not straight away, but the choir needs to get to know me. The children need to get to know me. It took a long time for them to get to know other people who was new. 1 second.